All right, everybody. It's Barbara Reese from the Bronx, and this is my mother, Suanne Torioni. Hi, Mammy.
Hi, Tara. How are you?
All right.
Good.
So just basically, just tell, start off with your life and then what happened with us, 4 kids.
Okay.
And just be honest.
My father was born in the Bronx, and my mother was born in Mount Vernon, New York. And they met at a dance, and then they got married, and they had 3 kids. My sister, me, and my baby brother, Todd. Okay, my name is Suanne Torioni, Torrioni, and I'm from the Bronx, and I still love the Bronx, no matter where I be. Okay, got married to my high school sweetheart. That turned out to be a real low-life scumbag. Sorry, have to use the words. He did drugs, smoked pot. I never drank, I never did drugs in my life. He used to do it behind my back, and then as time went on, he started doing it just more and more. And I had 4 children with him, and he fell in love with a way younger woman. He married her. Okay, in the meantime, my children, my 2 daughters, were left with him and the stepmom. We had joint custody. They would come with me on the weekends or during the week and stuff like that. And Arlene, the stepmother, used to abuse them. Social service came in, right, and tried to straighten them out, okay? But my ex-husband walked out of the room. He didn't want anything to do with it. We used to get in fights and stuff like that. And eventually, Tara came to live with me and my new husband. And what happened was, Tara met this George, another piece of shit.
But you forgot the thing that happened when me and Diane were little.
About what, the social worker?
No, with
yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't know my nephew was molesting Tara and Diane. Okay. Didn't find out until later on in life. All right, and it was very sad, and it was just a mess. Just everything was a mess.
And you say that was due to my father not being around, right?
Yeah, he wasn't around. He used to come and go.
And you remember when we were on the couch and Paul asked for the blanket, you didn't know that he was molesting us under there.
No, I had no idea. I thought he was cold. It was in the winter. You know what I mean? So,
no, I don't blame you for that, Mom. I told you that. You didn't know. You were too upset about what my father was doing. He
was a piece of shit. Your father had girlfriends throughout his life and everything like that, and I stood with him because I loved him, and I had 4 children, 4 of his children, and Tara was the baby.
But he was a good man before I was born, more or less. He was more of a family man.
Yeah, but, after you
But I got the worst of the...
You got the worst of it. One time I was holding Tara. Me and him got in a fight. I'll never forget. And he sprayed a bottle of Fantastic in my eyes and Tara's eyes. I was holding her. She was like 14 months or something like that, 12 months or something like that. And he got very violent because he was doing coke, he was doing heroin, he used to snort it. He never did the needle, he used to snort all that. Okay, and then plus he used to do pills and stuff like that. He turned out to be a real creep. In the meantime, then Tara came to live with me, and she was in school, and she met this George McCone, which, forget it, was a disaster. Alcoholic and drugs and all that. Tara never did a drug in her life. Never did a drug in her life. She took after me. Okay?
Well, I did smoke weed once in a while.
Well, I wasn't there. I never knew that.
Okay.
I wouldn't allow that. You know me. I'm totally against any kind of drugs.
Before, I had my kids, I smoked weed a couple of times, when I was a teenager.
Yeah, well, she didn't do it in front of me because I would not allow it.
No, absolutely not.
I didn't even like when my oldest son, Anthony, used to smoke. And I used to tell him, because I never smoked.
Nope.
I used to tell him, no, I don't want you smoking. Okay? It's not good. So, Tara met George in school. She went to many, many different schools. This one, that one, Valley Stream. I went
to North Coleman Road, Love Christian Academy, North Shore Christian Academy, and then Shore Avenue, Alden Terrace, back to North Coleman Road, Then I
Right.
went to Selden Middle School, Dornwood Middle School, Ward Middle
Yep,
School,
you did all
and
that.
I went to Bosie's, which was
That's where
for
you
the
met
troubled
George.
kids.
That's where you met
I
George.
met him through a friend,
Yeah,
through
but
Joe
he used to go-
Piasante.
He used to go to Bosie's too. So did Joe Piasante.
Right, right. And then I was homeschooled. So those are all
Yep.
the schools I went to. People don't believe it when I tell them that,
No,
Mom.
it's all true. So all of that's true. Yeah, no, I'm a witness to that. That's all true. She went to many different schools, and her father was just, he was too strict. He was too this, too that, and sometimes kids rebel. They all go through that stage. They rebel, and that's what happened. And Tara met stupid George. I couldn't stand him. You know what I mean? And he used to beat her, and he used to drink, and they had no food. And I remember I used to go shopping for them and help them and everything.
He couldn't
And
keep a job, right?
Nope, because he used to drink and he used to beat you, and the neighbors called the police. And after that, after the neighbors called the police, because you lived in Rocky Point, Long Island at that time.
Yeah.
Okay, you had the two kids. You had Julius and you had Diana.
Was I
Okay.
doing drugs then?
No, you never did drugs. Nope. He used to drink and do drugs, and I'll never forget the time he took your ferret. Okay, he had
Yep.
2 ferrets, and he threw them against the wall, the sick bitch, creep that he is. Okay, and he killed your ferrets.
Yep.
Okay, no.
With no remorse either.
No, he was no
He used
good.
to suffocate me when I was
Yep.
pregnant with Diana.
Yep, he used to beat you. That's why the neighbors used to call all
Yep.
the time. The police used to be there. Okay, they used to call and stuff. So, and Tara never did a drug in her life until after she lost her children. And I could witness that. Okay, I can go on a witness stand with the Bible. Anybody wants me to, I'm available. Okay? Tara went through hell. She had it the worst, okay, growing up, because she was the last one, okay, and he was no good, her father, okay. And I made a lot of mistakes in my life. I'll tell you that. I made a lot of mistakes, but not those mistakes. You know what I'm trying to say? No drugs, no drinking, or anything like that.
You were always very, very affectionate. That's why I'm a very affectionate person.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody on my channel, and even Chris, I say my mother, if you seen someone hungry, you would stop
Oh,
and
yeah.
feed them.
Oh, yeah.
My mother would do anything for anybody, and she is not judgmental. If she sees someone on drugs, she'll say, you know what, I know you're doing drugs, but I'm going to give you the money anyway.
Yeah, I do that.
Because my daughter was on drugs.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
then what happened with the family, with my kids, Ma? My father wouldn't take my kids
I
in.
couldn't take them, okay. I wasn't feeling well. I have physical problems and stuff. I had a hip replacement. I had a knee replacement. You know what I'm trying to say? I had hypertension, high blood pressure, and everything. So I really couldn't take them. My ex-husband, he couldn't take them. Okay, he didn't want to take them. He was no good because of his ex-wife, because they were going to adopt, and they did adopt a little girl from China. So he was in his own mix, the piece of shit that he was. And then we had a creepy daughter-in-law I had that my other son married, Jimmy. Her name was Nancy. She was nothing but a jealous motherfucker, excuse my language. That's what she was, okay? And she called social service, and she had the kids, and she dropped them off.
For 2 days, right? She had them?
Yeah. And then she dropped them off because she didn't want to be bothered with them, because Diana was in the thing.
She was like, what, not
6
a little,
months,
yeah.
something like that. She was in the carry-all.
You're right, the
And
bassinet.
all that, yeah, and all that. And she called the social service. She said, get them out of here. I don't want them. And she dropped them off. And then they went into, foster care.
No, they went to Anthony and Lydia's.
Anthony
and she
Lydia's.
threatened to call them,
Yeah,
too.
she threatened to call, right. She threatened to call on them and all that. So what happened was...
And it was good for me because I was able to see my kids anytime
Yeah.
I wanted. I was going to my programs, you
Yep.
know, and
Yep.
it was like, it was hope for me to get my kids at that point.
Yep.
There was hope.
But Nancy, of course, caused all these problems and everything for Tara and the family. And the family.
Did
and
I
the
ever do
family.
anything to her?
No, I never did nothing to her either, and I know why she
And my
would do
brother
that.
Jimmy never did nothing to her?
No, and my son Jimmy didn't know what was going on because he was a hard worker. She used to do it when he wasn't
Right,
home.
she was
when he
a
went
she
to
was
work.
a miserable housewife basically,
Yeah.
right? For no
Yep.
reason, because my brother did everything for him and his
Everything
family.
for her.
Very
everything.
wealthy
Yeah,
man.
they're
My brother.
divorced now, by the way. They're divorced. Okay,
Thank God.
God.
True.
Thank God they're
Yep.
divorced. Oh, he married a wonderful woman now. I love her to death. And then the kids were in foster care. And fortunately, God was good. He made me meet the parents that adopted Tara's children. Okay. And Tara, you know, after the kids got adopted, Tara was started to do drugs because she knew she could never see the kids again and never get them back. But the adopted parents liked me so much because they said I had a kind heart and they liked me, and their other adopted kids liked me. Tony Marie liked me, Bella liked me. You know, those were the other kids that they adopted. Okay. And then Tara got pregnant with Michael. And she said she didn't know that she was pregnant. Because remember, she lived in the Bronx and I still live in Long Island over here. So I didn't see Tara that much. You know, I would call her or she would call me. But she had the baby, and then I asked the adopted parents, can you please, you know, take this kid? You know, and they talked it over, and they called me back, and they said, okay, we'll take Tara's kid. And they took Tara's kid. So all three kids are together. What I mean is they adopted all three. Julius, Diana, and they changed his name to Patrick. His name is Patrick. Okay. And that was it. But Tara never did drugs. She was a good person, and she tried her best. And when she lost her children, then she went on the streets for many years, and I used to pray. Every Christian I used to meet, I used to say, pray for my daughter Tara. Okay? And they said that they would. And prayer is powerful, and prayer made Tara go back to Jesus. And here she is now. I'm very proud of her. She does a wonderful job. She's a good mother. And hopefully one day, when in God's timing, she will meet up with her other children.
Wasn't I the same way that I am with Weedy
Yes,
B?
you were. Yes, you were. You were the same way with your other two kids. The little boy, Patrick, you only had him in the hospital.
Yeah,
so
I never had custody of
No,
him.
never had custody.
And I only had my daughter for a very little amount of time,
Right.
but JJ I had the longest.
Yep, you did. So that's the truth. And if anybody wants me to go in front of a judge, I would be happy to. Okay, and that's the truth of the story with Tara Barbarese.
All right, Mammy. Thank you. I love you very much, and
Love you too, and I'm very proud of you, Tara. Keep up the good thing. And make sure you go back to, what do you call, Fordham University and get your degree.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
My mother's about education, education, education. Right, Sue Ann?
Yep.
Sue Ann, how long you been going to school for?
I've been going to school on and off Suffolk County Community College and also Stony Brook University, which I really love. That's my favorite university. 34 years on and off. Yes,
My mother should be PhDs, right, Mammy?
Yeah, I should.
But on and off, that's why, right?
Yeah, because of the problems.
She loves to learn, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, I love to learn, and I would have went straight through, but I had problems. And I had to stop, you know.
Who are your smartest kids?
Jimmy and Tara. Yeah,
and I used to get straight A's, right?
Yep, and so did Jimmy. He got straight A's. Yes, he did. And Jimmy's a very successful businessman. God bless him. He does very well. He lives in Florida, and I'm very proud of him, too.
Mm-hmm. And you wish that he would talk to me, because did I ever do anything to my brother?
No, he never did nothing to Jimmy, and I wish one day, too, that God will answer that prayer and you will talk to him.
Because he was very close to me when I was little, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, when I used to work and do nursing,
he was like a father to me and Diane.
he used to take care of you and Baby. Yeah, definitely. Yep. So, well, thank you very much for listening. God bless. And if anybody wants me to go in front of the judge and put my hand on the Bible, I'm willing, because I'm not lying. Thank you.
All right, Mammy.
God bless. Bye-bye.
God bless you too, Mammy. Thank you.
Thank you.